Hello, and welcome back. 5 after 9, Monday morning, sales video. Two things I kind of want to bring up real quick because it's my second take on this. The first take, I went mind blank when I wanted to bring up the things I'm about to bring up. Now, I could have just edited it out, but then when I continued to talk, that was all kind of all like choppy and jittery because I was trying to. So, if you're a seller, eBay seller, and if you looked at the eBay news, so eBay is going to start automated feedback. I'm not going to go into any of the details. That is up to you to read, but they are going to start automated feedback on buyers that don't leave feedback. eBay will leave a feedback on their behalf. That buyer can later go in and leave their own, and then the one that eBay left will be replaced. I'm not going to go into all the little nuances behind that. That's one big thing I noticed. I do like to say every once in a while, don't forget to get your eBay supplies. If you have a coupon, use it. And I was texting the guy, John in Medina, who has my bike, and I need to go down there this weekend and go get it. And so I think I've mentioned in a couple comments, I may have mentioned once in a video. So I picked up if you're into mountain biking, I picked up a 1998 Unibega Dual Team Pro. I want to say is what it is. So it's a dual suspension with Shimano XTR 950 group set. The front shock is a RockShox Judy. I don't think it's an XL, XD maybe, something along those lines. And then the back is a Fox something. In 1998, that bike was like $2,500. So adjust for inflation, it's like a $5,000 bike now. And I paid $40 for it. So I took it down to him back in like November of last year, and just kind of sat there. Then when I went out there last time is the video that I have. If you go on my channel and you just type in Activate Happy, and you can see that there's bicycles in the background. The one that's on the stand is mine. So then that's when he started to get a little more into fixing it up. And then he kept texting me different things. And we went over exactly what I was looking for colors. So he redid the wires, the tubes, or the cables, the tubes, took the stuff out and soaked them, and then cleaned them real good. And anything that needed to be re-lubed, lubed that back up. Repacked anything that needed to, usually like the bottom bracket and tech cassette and the hub for those 950s, for that entire group set. You don't have to do any repacking. Did a handful of other things, put some new stuff on, touched up some paint. So it's going to look quite a bit different. Not a whole lot, but very clean. So I'll go down, and ultimately it's like $200 for the parts, and then the parts I bought was another 100 and change for the saddle, and then the 2 tires. I mean, there were quite a few things that went into it. So ultimately, it's a little over $300 for still what is otherwise a $5,000 bike. So I'll go down there this weekend. I'll make a video about that, and then I can gradually get myself back into riding, because I really haven't rode in probably 15 years. And then at that time when I was riding, I had a Trek OCLV. Is it a Trek? Maybe it's a Cannondale Y2, a full suspension XTR bike at that point. But enough babbling on about that one. It is a sales video. A little under 600 in sales. The actual product cost received is quite a bit less, because some of these are going, like 4 of them are going overseas. So let's find out what's sold. Mr. Trashman, bring me a dream. That's the wrong one, isn't it? Mr. Sandman. Lord of the Rings, GameCube. And just so it's video evidenced here. So it does have a few minor scratches. But that's about it. So I'll be considered like light wear or light use. 24. These otherwise like $60 binoculars I've had forever, sold on a auto accept offer of 16 bucks. So granted, it has these broken ocular rims on it, but again, these, I hope they're not going far. They're not. 2-1 zip code. So ultimately, I know I'll probably one of those things is just kind of break even, maybe make a few bucks on, but it's something bulky that's in the non-media drawers, gone. To me, when it comes down to stuff that I have listed, as long as it gets enough views, and that's why I do that, as long as it gets, when items get 3 views at the 3-month mark or older, I take it down. Well, I click on it and I see if it has 4, 5, 6, whatever the amount is, anything over 3. Take it down, reprice by a little bit, and just keep doing that every single time. Eventually, the price point's going to come around to where otherwise you're like, well, I've had this for 2 years. I'm just going to completely take it down without really looking it back up to see if it does have any sort of reselling value. And then you're throwing out a whole bunch of stuff. And that kind of plays into a point that was in comments on one of my videos a couple videos ago about physical media. That if you're buying it and if it's not selling, you're not, those binoculars are probably like $6. If they never sold, it got tossed. If I'm just making my money back, great. That's pretty much what that's going to be. Physical media, for the most part, you're paying 10 cents, 50 cents, $1, maybe 2. You start getting a little more specific in what you're buying. Greater odds it'll sell, but still at that, you're only like $1 or 2 in. I mean, some people go to the clothing bins and they spend all day there to come home with 50, 60 things that they can sell that, yeah, granted, they paid anywhere from $1 to $3 for. That stuff is even more ultra specific. If some of those clothing things aren't selling, there's no problem. They can go take it up to Plato's Closet or Clothesmen or some other place like that to where they could sell a few things, get a few bucks back, but you want to try to inhibit getting stuff that just costs a lot of money that really isn't going to sell. And if you keep bringing the price down, you stand a chance to recoup something. And even if you're out a little bit, so let's just say you pay $10 for something, and ultimately you take a sale to where you're out 2. Negative $2 is better than negative 10. Because if the item never sells, it's gone. It's $10 that you're not going to get back. But if you lose $2, you're only out minus $2. Minus 2 is better than minus 10. And then you got to fight with do I really want to, I'm not going to go into that aspect of it. So that's one point. And then you have to think about the sunk cost theory and all the other stuff. But the sales video, not a gamering video, because I am going to go a little farther, not too far, but find out this other stuff. So dry kill logic, someone returned it. They said that it's the clean version. They didn't want the clean version. Is this the one, or maybe it was a different one? And I said, well, if it's not whichever, and then I got it back. The case is cracked, both sides, so on. So, of course, partial refund on that. But instead of the, I think it sold last time for $20, and I got it back, and I just did the repricing on it. I looked at like what they're selling for, minus the one mine sold for, but this one sold for 30 as opposed to like the 22. All right, this little book here, I think I paid a quarter for, $15. This Irrefutable Demons DVD, sealed, 29. This one here is going across the pond. It's a Disney called Four Parks, One World. This one was from, looks like 2008. So it has that, a couple discs, and I think one of these, I think this is the one. That one wasn't too bad. They may have just got like a 30-second spin on them. But this is $44 going to Austria, I want to say. And they're $80 in for it. Hostel Part 3, sealed, unrated, 18. It's the Eye of the Tiger. That's the wrong Survivor. This set, 20. Legend of the Golden Gun, 21. Duke Ellington, 22. Sensational Nightingales. So both of these I had multiples of. One, I think I had like 3 of these and 4 of these, or vice versa, whichever. They were listed separately, and eventually got down to is just these 2 remaining. I just put them together because at that point they're probably $20 each. So I put the 2 together, dropped the price by a little bit, and sold for 30. Acceptance CD, 16. Mac Vo, going international. I didn't see which country, but I got 16. Otis Redding and Carla Thomas, CD, 24. Paperback from Hell. It's called Playtime. There's look at that graphic on there. And speaking of graphics, of things that look just like that, and I don't know why, but on YouTube Movies suggested that I watch a movie from 1984, 1987 called The Video Dead. That's the title, The Video Dead. Some of the campiest, cheesy, barely paid a nickel acting that I think I only got halfway through the movie. Very, very interesting, very well done zombies, that's for sure. Very interesting special effects with the tube TV, the CRT TV that they had for that time. The imagination was there. The acting was very poor. There's one line in it. It says something about the poodle chocolate. Something about skunks. Chocolate got loose, and the girl is talking to the boy of the house. The girl is a neighbor girl, And the girl's talking to the boy of the house after Chocolate already got out. Chocolate's like a little poodle. Got out, started running, and she's saying to the boys, like, Chocolate, when she gets out, she likes to mate with skunks, and skunks don't like that. They like to spray him, or something along that. Skunks don't like to mate with poodles. It was just a cheesy, tacky line. It's free with ads on YouTube. I wouldn't say it's really worth a watch, but it's if you want to look at some really good zombie effects, and for that time, for 40 years ago, good movie, really good for that time frame for such a probably a small budget, tacky, but good graphics otherwise. Um, uh, Practical effects. So practical is stuff that they actually did. There's a couple like little computer lightning bolts and stuff, but The Haunting of Lisa DVD 19. This Hawkwind. Just recently got this one, maybe a couple weeks ago. And it's another one going international. Somewhere in Greece or near Greece. It's Rijeka, right? Rijeka. So I just copy pasted that, put it in Google. I was like, oh, that's a real pretty area. Um, $50 plus whatever they have in VATs. My train people are going to like this one. Because I hear Numero Duso on its way. The greatest Royal Rumble. 23. No, that's just an engine. It's either that or it's the underpass. But either way, no hoop hoop. And Eden's Eyes, paperback, 16. Ex library. So if you really think about it, there's quite a bit of horror thing going on in this one. We have Eden's Eyes. I don't know about this Hawkwind. It looks kind of mystical though. The Haunting, Playtime. That's not safe for work. And then Hostel, Demons, a little bit of a horror thing. Granted, that season's coming around. So, yeah, just I hear another something coming this way, but it's not. Headed south today, get this stuff packaged up, headed south, grab a few things, come back, video, rinse, repeat. That's the day. So, that's going to wrap that one up. Like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned, whatever it may be in this one. Oh, a little bit about late 1990s mountain bikes, I guess. Tell me thingy, comment, sub, share. It was all help. Appreciate it. Thank you.